Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is Yukitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome to Darkest Dungeon. So, this is a game that I've noticed a lot of people on YouTube playing, and that's sort of how I decided to buy it, because it looked a lot of fun. Now, it basically is a sort of like rage game in a lot of ways. As you can tell from me being surprise attacked by this guy. But that is perfectly fine. Go ahead and smite him down. So this is a turn-based RPG. Combat-wise, it's about exploration primarily, and it's also about managing your sort of heroes. So there's a lot of little elements going on to it. Let's go ahead and check this tent here. So basically what you do is you move through a jungle or a dungeon or whatever the map happens to be, and you collect as much loot as possible while trying to finish the objectives. And you spend your time fighting these mobs here, surprising them in turn.
The owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
But actually figuring out how to properly do the battles here is actually quite tricky. You've got to make sure that you're sort of thinking through. The tutorial level that I'm in right now, pretty easy regardless. It doesn't matter a whole lot what I do. But for instance, in this case, we can't focus fire the guy in the back, even though I would like to, because he's more fragile, because he's... Oh, god, I hate crits. The guy in the back, I can't hit with this guy, so his abilities don't go through the big guy in front. So you need to sort of keep an eye on that. But, because of that, we're just going through the big guy as fast as possible. That's good. The things that you have to manage are your hit points as well as your stress. The stress does not automatically heal after every fight, so it's more important for you to pay attention to that than your hit points.
A trifling victory.
The hit points, since they do regenerate after every battle, don't matter anywhere near as much. This is a trap chest. It says right there it's trapped, so we're going to ignore it, and we're going to continue on. So that was quite a lot of treasure that we got this particular run. That's good. And sometimes you'll get an ability here. These are sort of qualities or traits that your character will have that are positive or negative. And yeah, that does mean that as you level, you can get negative traits, which is kind of brutal. But you can remove them as the game goes on.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands.
So this is the other half of the game. It's basically managing your heroes here. This is the graveyard where all of them are going to end up because this place is awful.
Most will end up here.
And here's the more important place. This is where you find new
awaiting merciful oblivion.
Minions to bring along with you. We're going to bring a Vestal and a Plague Doctor. These are the only ones that you have access to at the start of the game, so you have to take them. It's always a Vestal and it's always a Plague Doctor, but they have different traits or quirks here, as you can see. And they have randomized combat skills, so the Vestal actually has really good abilities, in my opinion. The Dazzling Light one is actually quite good. And the Divine Grace and Divine Comfort are what you actually have them for. She's got minus 10% bleed resist, and she's got a plus 20% scouting chance in the Warrens. So this is a pretty good character. These two, as you can see, same sort of thing, but this guy's always a kleptomaniac that's God-fearing. He's always a warrior of light, and he always has these 4 abilities. Same with this guy, he always has these 4 abilities. He's always got known cheat, hard noggin, and quick reflexes. So that is what those guys are always going to be like. Now you can also upgrade this place. I like to upgrade this to 3 at the very least. I don't necessarily like upgrading it a second time, but what this does is that next time I come into town, there'll be 3 adventurers waiting for me to recruit instead of 2. If I upgraded it to 4, there'd be 4 instead of 3. So we have to keep the deeds here, these pages that are used to upgrade our buildings though, for other things as well, so we don't want to spend too many of them on just that.
Mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
Alright, so the next level that we're going to be going to is the only one that's going to be available. It's almost always a skirmish at the estate map in the ruins. And at this point in time, you just have to provision up.
Cost of preparedness.
They recommend 8 food and 4 torches. I actually bring quite a bit more.
In blood.
Oops, not 3. And let's get a 3rd bandage. So this is what I typically bring into the ruins dungeon, because it often has shovels, or rather, if you don't bring them, there's always shovels required. 6 torches lets you keep a high level of light instead of just the normal light, and the food lets you do a little bit of extra healing in addition to not starving.
The fiends must be driven back.
So, since our job is to get in a fight in every room, it's faster for us to actually check out these little trailer rooms, even though it means we'll have to do some backtracking. We're going to get her to... Actually, no, we'll get the Plague Doctor to do these, since a map is found tucked into the volumes. Looks like it's not kicking in for some reason. Alright. And here's an encounter. This one's going to be a real pain because of the Bone Courtier here. He does stress damage instead of normal damage, which is really stupid. It's one of the most obnoxious things in this game. We're going to have our guys try and focus down this Bone Rabble here. Try and kill it pretty quickly. Just so that we can try and get the Bone Courtier to the front. If the Bone Courtier is forced to the front, he has to use different abilities. And he becomes easier to beat, since he won't be able to do his stress attack. Now, the guy in the back with the coral is going to be a problem regardless, but let's go ahead and kill the Bone Soldier next, so that we can, again, shuffle people forward. We'll use Divine Grace on our lead guy, since he's damaged. The healing is super important in this. The corals I don't like. We also have to get rid of him quite quickly, but again, we have to do it by getting him to the front. Now, we don't have to attack this rabble here. He's got 2 hit points. The blight is going to cause 2 hit points damage to him, so we can move on to the next guy.
As the enemy crumbles.
When we head into round 2, the first people are going to be apparently... Yeah, it's that crit chance that really is nonsense. I don't think that their crit chance should be as high as it is. Because the stress from crits in this game is really obnoxious. Now, I'm using the gun with this guy because his open vein ability doesn't work very well on undead, and there's a higher crit chance on the gun, so...
As the fiend falls,
quite worth using.
A faint hope blossoms.
That guy's gonna die. So all that's left is this Bone Arbalest, and he's been forced to the front, so he can't use his good attack anymore. And you want to be trying to manage your abilities like that. So let's go ahead and take aim. The reason I'm doing this is because he's not really threatened anymore, and I want to get another round of healing in. Yeah, so it's a 2 damage bayonet jab. I really want that healing in, so we're going to go ahead and use Divine Comfort. It's going to hopefully heal 2 to everybody. Yep. One of them was full health, so it was a bit wasted, but that's fine because we're going to finish them off here.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Alright. We got quite a lot of money off of that. Stashed heirlooms. 2 busts, okay. That's again for tech. Alright, nothing in there. Gonna have to do a lot of backtracking, which is why it's a good thing that we took more food and more torches than they recommend. But no room battle up there, so I didn't actually have to go up there at all. Alright, we got this hunger. This is why you have to bring food. We're gonna go ahead and light up another torch since we don't know what's down this hall. Unscouted, so... Okay, trap, that sucks, but not too bad.
Wait. Unsprung and thirsting for blood.
I got just enough, I think, to have the high surprise chance. Alright. We had the high surprise chance, we didn't get it. That's fine. That's a real pain. Well, let's try and finish this guy off here. If we clear out these guys up front, then we'll have a much easier time killing the guys in the back. The guys up front have status effects, the guys in the back are just damage. The damage is actually quite substantial, but, you know, it's nothing that you want to worry too much about. Alright, so... I'm going to actually use our antitoxin that we picked up from that encounter. We didn't buy one, but we did get one, so we're going to go ahead and use that. We're going to have him attack a spitter.
With impunity.
His damage is too high to waste on the damaged Weber there, so we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll use Open Vein on this one, because that'll kill it. Alright, and we can try to finish off this spitter pretty quickly as well, but I do want to use healing again, so that is what we're going to do. Oh, can fight the back line. Interesting. That's weird. Alright. There we go.
Victory, but a victory
apparently that was the only room encounter in this place. Hidden treasures, alright. 2 deeds, that's good, I'll take them. And let's move back up to here. Alright. Now, we can actually go ahead and let our light tick down. There are some benefits to doing that, but much prefer traveling with the high surprise ambush chance. So, we're probably going to stick with what we've got here.
His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
As you can see, you go through food periodically. I'm not sure how many squares in particular it is, but I think it's actually random slightly. We know that this room is safe because all the rooms are safe past this point. Our objective was to clear them out. We did, so that means that all the rest of them are safe. I got surprised. That is really bad. And a bit nonsense, honestly. Alright, so the bone soldiers in the front are... All these guys are actually immune to bleed, so... It's a little bit bad for us, but they're also melee, including the guys in the back there, so... Alright. Let's go ahead and use Divine Comfort, heal everybody a little bit. Good old Southern Comfort, that guy bleeds to death, or rather blights to death, I guess. It's weird that you can poison skeletons at all, but... I'm not going to complain about it. And at this point, we actually want to start taking out the bone rabble in the back there, because, well, we'll have him poison the guy in front, because we'll let that start ticking away, but we want to actually kill things as fast as possible, and we can sometimes one-shot the bone rabble, so... Or leave them with 1 hit point, either way. Okay, so this lets us open up the AoE here, and that's going to cause this guy to die from Blight, and of course killed the guy that was on 1 hit point. The AoE attack does less damage, so unless you've got a reason to do so, don't use it.
Perhaps the turning point.
That was actually quite vicious. There we go.
Fiend.
Alright. Let's take all that. Let's get our formation set back up. Alright. And let's have you start opening things since you're full health and full sanity. Nothing in there, really? Fantastic. Okay, and we can enter safely, but we'll have to light up more torches anyway pretty soon. Still no scouting. There's a chance that you'll scout between rooms, and that is an extremely beneficial thing when it happens. Now, there's a good reason to continue going through these places. You want to get as much money and as many
the light, the promise of
items
safety.
as you can possibly get. Well, that sucks, but continue on. Decorative urn. Sometimes there's something terrible inside, but it's usually worthwhile checking.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and
we
the
can
foolhardy
boldly enter these
alike.
rooms without fear, so we're gonna do so. Let's alright. More of those, okay.
In
Safely go
radiance,
ahead and do
may
that.
we find victory.
Alright, are we gonna get a surprise round eventually? No, apparently not. Let's go ahead and start just chipping away at these guys. Let's do this, actually. There we go. Not a big deal. Alright, let's go ahead and party comfort. Now our sanity stress level for everybody isn't too bad this run, so we could actually probably use these guys in our next job. Stress didn't go down from that, which is a shame, but that's fine. That's unlucky. Hopefully this will... There we go. Alright.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Let's just continue on here. A map inside, that's useful now. And this will complete the dungeon. Yes, scouting. Thanks, game. Alright, so that's that level.
My room, hall by hall.
Sometimes
We
easier,
reclaim
sometimes
what is
harder.
ours.
We got quite a good number of collected heirlooms. Sometimes I get a lot more, but got quite a few. Night blindness, so we need to make sure the light's above a certain amount for him. You got plus 20% scouting chance in the runes. That would have been really useful there, and that'll be really useful in the future. Minus 15% max HP, and he's got evasive though, so that sort of counters each other out, but not really. We'll make do. We'll make do. He'll be okay. So after you've completed your first job in the runes, you get access to the temple and the bar,
have been dusted,
and these are for stress relief. So you can see that our stress remains.
Calls to the faithful.
You can use both the tavern and the
fresh kegs,
abbey.
Cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
God-fearing, so only pray for stress relief. That's really bad. Shocker, minus 10% stun and minus 10 bleed resist, but Slayer of Unholy is okay, and you've got better abilities. So graveyard diggers, grave robbers rather, are not particularly great characters. They're good sort of replacements for Dismas. You want to make sure that you've got the one that's got the pick to face ability, so that they can actually fight effectively from closer ranges. So we're going to take her,
to those with a keen
and we're going to take
eye,
her, the Hellion, as well, just because we need
like
another.
Point.
We do need another person who can stand up front and be a replacement for Enold after this mission if he happens to get screwed over. We don't need the other Seeker, so that's fine. So at this point in time, I feel pretty okay going in with the same team that I did the first time. I don't feel like we need to send him into the sanitarium quite yet. So let's look at what we've got available here. As you can see, the runes have leveled up. We've got progress 1, and we have to get up to a boss by going to 2. Now, we've got, at this point in time, an option between these medium-length jobs or these short-duration jobs. The short ones are useful in a certain sense, because I could get, for instance, this Bloodied Fetish, which is quite good, and it's cheaper to do these missions as well. These are actually pretty bad charms that they're offering for these ones. So I'm going to consider taking one of these long ones just because it has higher pay. And I'm not too worried about expending a lot of money, because I've got quite a lot of money, and you'll earn back more by doing these long ones, so it's actually okay. We'll go ahead and pick this one. Exploration is actually going to be a little bit easier thanks to the runes scouting that I now have with our cleric, our priests, or vestal. So you automatically get firewood on missions where you're expected to make camp. You do need a lot more food though, so we're going to go ahead and load up here. We can actually still get by with 2 shovels no, we'll take 3. And we'll take some bandages. So, as you can see, we spent quite a lot of money, but the thing is the level is longer by enough that you're going to find a lot more treasure on average, and the pay is also much, much higher, so this should be relatively okay.
Pace out the halls of your lineage once familiar.
Alright.
Now, foreign.
Traps already, but he dodged it, so that is good. We're going to have you open these packs, because you've got good sanity and all that. More food. That's interesting. You do sometimes find food in these jobs, some of it including, like, you find a rabid beast carcass, and you just decide to strip it for food. Oh, I got surprised again. This is happening way too often. Oh, God. Quarrel. Not a crit. That's good. Tempting Goblet on the person who's got low stress, so that's also good. Well, it's not good, but, you know, whatever. Let's try and take out this guy quickly.
Executed with
Great.
impunity.
And that'll really reduce our stress.
A powerful blow.
Let's get you back up to health there. Since everyone was focusing their attacks on you. We've gotten the Arbalist up front. That means their crit chance is dramatically reduced. So I can ignore the Arbalist right now. He can still potentially do damage with that bayonet, but it's pretty low, so I'm much more worried about the guy in the back reducing our stress, or increasing our stress too much. He's gonna have 1 hit point. Oh, he resisted, so I have to hit him anyway. There we go.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope.
I want to make sure that I absolutely hit him because I don't have as much accuracy on the AoE. I made sure to use my regular attack. Alright, let's get up here. And Bayonet. Oh, damn it. Man, that's annoying. Okay. Let's use Divine Grace to give you more hit points. Not just a little bit. They're not going to spread around the damage. I'm not going to spread around the healing. Okay, and I can heal up everyone that's damaged back to full health here, so. And hopefully he'll get some stress back from this. Nope, doesn't look like it. Oh well. There we go. You're still... Oh no, you're least stressed now, so... It's trapped. Resist, okay. Normally if it says locked, that means it's trapped, but, you know, I didn't buy any keys, so that's what we're gonna have to deal with here. Alright. Can continue on. It's a good thing, of course, that we brought shovels.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Alright. Just want to keep an eye on our light meter here. Alright, we'll go ahead and eat, even though we haven't lost any health. Alright. Well, let's go to this room anyway, even though there's a fight in the way and there's nothing in it. Just because we do want to get that completion, that's what we're after. Oh, finally. Surprise them. Well, we'll go ahead and stun one of them. We'll stun the Arbalister if we can. No, we can't. I forgot. Right. Just hit this guy. Does not really matter. Noxious Blast. Miss. Fantastic. Grape Shot. Probably. Oh man, people are not doing well here. You guys are missing a lot. Alright, well that works. Only guy that I want to not do the thing did the thing, but at least we dodged that.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
No sanity back for that still. Jeez. They just don't want me to get any sanity back here at all, do they? Okay, so he's dead now. He just doesn't know it. Well, he might know it. He is a skeleton. There we go.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Again, we're just more concerned about our sanity going down. This could potentially reduce our sanity. Lasting effect on our hero. Let's see if it's good or bad. That didn't do anything. That's weird. Alright, so you can try to walk backwards, but I highly recommend going just straight to the other room. It causes a lot of insanity for your people to walk backwards, and for some reason they can't just turn around and walk the other way. It's a little bit of a weird quirk of the game. Alright, stashed heirlooms. And some food for some reason. Alright. Well, bone rabble, that's good. Getting fairly easy encounters this run, which is good. I would love to be getting some crits though, so we're gonna use our high crit attack here.
Be gone, fiend.
Well, that was fortuitous. Alright.
A devastating blow.
And hopefully this guy will start getting some goddamn sanity back, but apparently not.
Trifling victory.
Alright.
But a victory nonetheless.
Normally when you get a kill, there's a chance that you'll receive some sanity back, but he hasn't been getting that at all. Okay, well there's something in here, so we might as well try and get that. There's a fight in the way, but it looks relatively peaceful down this route with lots of treasure, so... maggots and bugs. Gross. Okay, let's continue on with this, I think. Let's, no, missed anyway. We'll try and stun the maggot because it has the chance to stun us as well, and it causes sanity damage, which I've been trying to avoid. Much more than the other damage, because sanity damage, just hard to deal with. Stress, hard to deal with. You can see that there. Alright. There we go, finally. Alright, and that should add bleed. matter there. 1 hit point. So it's guaranteed to get killed in the next attack against it, but that's fine. So he's healing Grace, and this guy's getting a bit beat up. He has a dot on him too, so... There we go. No? Oh well.
As victories mount.
Alright, so this is a really bad one. It often has treasure in it, but at the same time it could very well just have... trap your person in it. Stashed loot, okay. We got lucky. That's locked. We're not gonna deal with it. Oh, he's gonna try anyway. The lock mechanism is trapped. Fantastic. He resisted the bleed anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, those are always locked. This looks locked as well, but... Oh, good. We got a surprise against these guys. That is really helpful here. Okay, let's try and take out this bone soldier with this guy, because I want those crits. I'm just fishing for them right now, basically. Because we can probably kill the bone rabble in 1 hit with Reynold here. There we go. Damn it. Unless that happens. It's the only thing that can stop that from happening. Alright, so one of them was forced to bayonet jab, though, so we're helped out there in that sense. Let's go ahead and throw this at the Arbalest. He's got a lot of hit points, so the DOT would be nice, but didn't happen. Let's, I guess, try and stun him just for next round. There we go. And the Quirl, yeah, I hate these things so much.
Strike.
There we go. Their crit chance is like way too high. It's about 1 in 3 attacks, it seems. Could just be luck, but I doubt it, because it's pretty consistently been 1 in 3 attacks or so. Which I don't think is very well balanced in a game that's like this. Like, they do have this weakness if they end up in front, but that's not really feasible all the time.
Well
There we
struck.
go. That'll help compensate a little bit.
A singular strike.
Locked sarcophagus? Yeah, we're not going to go for these locked things. I don't know if there is a chance that you can open it when it is locked, but I don't think there is. Let's continue on with this. Stashed loot again, good. Grab all that, and we'll just shovel this out of the way. If you don't have the shovel, you take damage and you take significant stress, so it's always a good idea to just have some shovels on hand to prevent those from getting in your way. I should also start taking a couple of keys with me just for those locked things, but honestly, they're so expensive and you can never tell just how many you need. On a long mission like this, though, I should be using them more often. A trap just sprung up here, it seems. I didn't get to see it for some reason, but whatever.
Cruel machinations spring to life.
Normally you should have a chance to disable them,
singular
sometimes you
purpose.
don't for some reason. I'm not sure what determines that. Okay, I think we should continue on just a little bit further before I... Yep, there we go. I got a chance to disarm this one. Good. But, I think we should actually use our firewood relatively soon, so we'll have to see if we get a chance to. In a good spot here. We'll go one more room. This looks like a relatively calm hallway, because we had it scouted, so... Alright, passages are unsettling, so he's going to take some stress. Yep, they're going to talk about the torch, blah blah blah. I don't really care right now, since it's relatively... Actually, we might as well light it up, but... Okay. And we're going to go ahead and rest here with our firewood. Let's see if we get some scouting in. Nope, we don't. Alright, so we're going to set up camp here.
Circle in the dark. The battle may yet be won.
We have got enough food that I would feel okay using a feast, so we're going to go ahead and do that. That should bolster our party quite a bit. Okay, so we could use Bandit Sense. So this prevents us from being ambushed in camp as easily. We're going to go ahead and use this since I really hate getting surprised. And let's see here. All companions heal 10%, reduce stress by 10. So this is a really good ability, but it does cost 5. Let's see what everyone else has. This has got a good sort of stress reduce everything. Sanctuary, nope, that doesn't really... Wait, what? If religious, reduce chance of nighttime ambush. Actually, that's also really good. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go with Zealous Speech, and I'm going to go with the reduced nighttime raid. Let's see. Yeah, everyone's stress reduced quite a bit because of that, and we're going to use Sanctuary. So that is going to be fine. So let's see if we get ambushed for the night.
The light. The
Good.
promise of safety.
Okay, so let's head down this way, I think, first. It's the shorter way, so we'll have less backtracking to do. Ouch. He dodged it, though, so that's actually good. So our stress has actually been significantly fixed, but you would think that you'd be able to do this, like, in town or something, like when everyone's at a fire around your camp at home or something like that. That would be fantastic. But no, that's not the way the game works. Let's see here. It looks like we just scouted this floor, so... Alright. Passages are unsettling again, so more stress. Let's let you do this since you're full health and you're less stressed than he is. I'm actually wondering if bandits are better at doing that, though. The trap reset. And I can't see it anymore, so it's, you know, extra nonsense. Man, that was brutal. Okay. Well, not much we can do about that. Alright. Light's going quite dim here. The nice thing about light as well is it increases your stress resistance, or rather you take less stress damage for walking, so... Let's see here, we'll have you do this. $50, that's terrible. Okay, we can go ahead and eat, that's fine. Okay, that's enough of the rooms that we now know we can finish if we need to. Let's go ahead and get this treasure if we can. We'll have you disarm this trap. Good. I've had Vestals that have been able to disarm traps before, so it's not necessarily guaranteed or anything.
Finding the stuff is only the first test.
We've got lots of
Now it
torches, so
must
let's
be
just
carried
burn
home.
them. Alright. Oh, good scouting. Yep, treasure on the way. Oh, lots of treasure, actually. So, this is an opportunity. Desiccated and unremarkable, okay. Yeah, we're just eating a ton of food as we go here. Stashed heirlooms, that's wonderful. And this is the last room, so we're gonna eat all our food here before we go in there. Alright, and there should be an encounter in here. It's just spiders, so that's not bad. When they mark everybody, it's a little bit bad, but not stunned at the very least. What I might do is... No, Plague Grenade is probably the best here. Of course, anything is bad if you miss. So these marks are quite bad. These spiders in the back now have a big bonus against us. They have a much higher chance of critting against us. So this could potentially have been a mistake, but I don't think so. Okay, so we're gonna go with pistol shot here. Of course, we're missing with everything, which does mean that this could potentially go real sour. Good. There we go. That's better. Web doesn't really matter at this point. He's already acted and he's already marked, so... Let's attack the spitter then. And that means that he can't do his damage. And we can actually just do this since we don't care anymore. There we go.
This expedition at least promises success.
Stunning statue for grave robbers only. Okay, so we'll take all of that. That's a lovely haul. Heirloom chest, okay. It's traps, damn. It wasn't even locked. Oh well. Let's go ahead and head home, because we've done everything in there.
The ruins belong to us, and we will find whatever.
Next time I will
secrets
buy
they
some
hold.
keys. They're expensive, but, you know, it's been coming up enough that I think I want to have a couple. Alright, let's see what you've got here. Dyspomania, intense craving for alcohol. He can't actually go for alcohol, though. I don't know what that's going to do. Lygophobia, so we need to keep our light higher. That's fine, we do that anyway. And deadly is plus crits for Reynold. That's okay.
The poor caretaker. I fear his long-standing duties here have affected him.
That's fantastic. So 2 new buildings. These are the
Make no
guild,
mistake,
which lets you
we will
improve
face
or
ever
learn new
greater
skills.
threats.
As you can
Our
see, they cost
soldiers
a
must be
lot of
ready.
money, but you can decrease the cost by upgrading using portraits and shields, crests, so that's an option. And the other one is the
The
blacksmith.
bellows blast
You
once
can't
again.
actually upgrade it at
The
all
forge
right now,
stands
but you
ready to
can
make
upgrade the
weapons of
blacksmith
war.
by spending deeds and shields. We've got just enough deeds that we could actually increase one of the 2, so we'd have to choose. I do actually want to get furnace though before we actually start spending our money on these, because these are ridiculously expensive as well. Although you don't end up getting quite as many of them, and I'm not sure if I want to get armor smithing or weapon smithing. They're both quite important. So let's go ahead and put you into meditation. Reynolds can only go to the transept. Actually, you know, we're not going to commit him just yet, because we do have to check something. Who do we have for new recruit options? Well, we could get a new one of him, but he is pretty much just a melee bruisery type, and we've got another backup melee bruisery type, so we don't have to. If we did send in another group, we'd be missing a healer, so this would be an inevitably really bad run, and we'd only want to go for a very short-term one. I wonder if there are any self-heal abilities on any of these people here. I don't think there are. Yeah, so he has no ability to heal himself or others. Oops. I don't think you have either. If I did actually take the leper that they have there, there is actually abilities that he has that let him heal himself, but he can't heal other people, so he's not great that way. This guy, I actually do need to learn a new ability. I'm going to learn Blinding Gas. And I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to replace Plague Grenades with Blinding Gas. Plague Grenades I don't really like all that much. Blinding Gas, on the other hand, is a really good ability for disabling those guys in the back with the crossbows and stuff like that. So we're going to have that with us. But yeah, we've actually got ourselves in a bit of a trouble here, just because we don't have any good replacements to grab. We're gonna get the leper anyway, because
This man understands that adversity and existence are one and the same.
yeah, we kind of do want him just because we want more options, and I want to have like one of everybody at least. So when you're in this situation where you've got a group without a healer, you just send in people who are expendable to a job that you don't really care if it gets done. So if we go to the weald, it's an incredibly easy run theoretically. So what we could do is just go for extremely high damage. Actually, what do you even have here? You don't even have the, yeah, he doesn't even have the, self-heal. But that's okay. He's a dud hitter, and he's got, he's got no crit chance. Okay, that's fine. You, on the other hand, you've got, Stress Eater, so you eat more. Lurker, Warren's Tactician. We're in the wealds, so that doesn't help us there. And you've got just damage. It's basically what these people have. Breakthrough is a great ability, because I think it also... No, it does not move you forward, but it can be used anywhere. So, she should be helpful. You were useful sort of mid... Okay, so we can put you here and you'll be okay. I'm not sure if I want to bring this guy with me or the... I think I'll bring the this guy with me. So when we're going into the weald, it's poison, not bandages, so we're going to make sure to gear up for that. We don't really... This place doesn't actually have those locked chests or locked cabinets as often, so we're not going to worry about keys here. I keep saying that and I keep regretting it, but... Actually, we don't need torches that badly, it's a shorter run. Actually, we don't have a cleric, so I can't increase light. A lot of the Vestal's abilities increase the lighting in an area, so this should be good enough. We had to bring in a little bit of extra food because our one person eats more. Stress eater, so... Alright. Yeah, the supply items are too expensive often, so...
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from
we have
these
to
groves.
complete all the room battles. We've
Let
got
us
a fairly
burn out
awkward
this
looking
evil.
Arrangement here. More anti-venom, that's good.
Mechanical hazards, possessed by evil
Let's
intent.
go ahead and cure you of that blight that you got there. Alright, more
Finding the stuff
anti-venom.
is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Alright.
The light, the
Go
promise
to
of safety.
this side first, just so that we can get a clear look at everything. This is not the best idea. Yeah. Would have had blight, but he looks like he's okay.
Nature herself,
Shovel works on those withered
victim
plants
to the
somehow.
spreading
I'm not sure why
corruption.
shovels would work for that, but
malformed with misintent.
I guess it's just tools in general. There's another one right there. Wow, I'm glad I brought more than one shovel. I hope I don't need a third. Alright, so... Rabid Rush, that causes bleed, and I didn't bring anything to resist that. And of course he causes huge sanity damage. Of course that's what happens. Let's see here. Let's just go ahead and poison this guy. It's a rabid dog, so I don't know. Yeah, let's go ahead and use a pickaxe to this guy's face.
Press disadvantage.
That'll help fix
Give them
some
no
of that
quarter.
sanity I took. As you can see, it's a lot less, though. Alright, let's go ahead and chop these guys to bits.
Executed with impunity. Begone, fiend.
Alright, perfect. Let's have you check these. Nope, sack is empty. Okay, so let's light things up a bit, because we are going to get in a fight in here.
In radiance, may we find victory.
There we go. Maybe we get a surprise. No, we don't. Damn. Alright, let's use flashing daggers here, I think. Or do we want to... We might want to just focus the cultist brawler. He is one of their bigger sources of damage, but this guy's the source of crits. And I could also hit the fungal artillery. I don't care if we kill the fungal artillery all that often. So let's try and kill these guys quite quickly.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Should have actually gone for the other one. Okay. These guys basically are immune to blight. They're highly, highly resistant to it, so... Not likely to ever cause that, but it's what he has for an attack. That's not good.
How quickly the tide
That's
turns.
really not good.
Dazed, reeling, about to break.
Alright. Well, we got quite a few of these picked up, but these guys are just going to continuously blight everybody on our team. It does accumulate, though, so we want to get rid of it quickly. There we go. We can use an AoE now, that would make sense.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
And now they can only hit the guys in front, so this makes it a little bit easier for us to manage. Okay. There we go.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Fountain reinvigorates the hero. That rejuvenated a lot of his sanity. That's good. Should have had our our plague doctor do that. Although we can go to the next mission without him, because he's not, strictly speaking, the most useful of my higher level characters. Alright, so there are clearly other room battles. Going to have to be prepared for. Why is our light so high? Alright. We got, yeah, we got capped light, so... Can we get surprised? No, of course not. Alright, so these guys are a real pain, because they can multiply. Gotta kill them quite quickly. Just want to get rid of these guys as fast as possible.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Sack is empty. This is not the safest of things to check, but... Yeah, disease by remains blight. And this room was safe, so we can just head on in there. Alright, so we do know that this area will have an encounter. If there's ever a package in, like, a little square section on the map here... Oh, we do get Scout now all of a sudden, for some reason. There is another shovel thing. Fortunately, we don't actually have to get it, so we're not going to worry about that. Oh, tree. Yeah, treasure in there. Yeah, there's that trap. Didn't successfully disarm it.
Cruel machinations spring to life with a singular
Alright, so there's going to be an encounter in here. We'll flick our light up and hope we get an ambush. Get to ambush. Of course, I always say that I don't need, like, I don't need the key, and then I do, but, you know, bleed. Okay, well, let's go with blinding gas and the ones in the back. We missed. Fantastic. Now, the bleed is going to accumulate in something really nasty, but the bleed itself is quite... or the damage itself is quite low for these guys. It's just that I need to get through these guys quite quickly. It's also a little awkward because they're going to be shuffling their formation constantly. Alright, so we'll use breakthrough here. There we go. Alright. The reason I don't take bandages for these jobs is because these ones, you don't actually take that much damage from bleeding. You just take bandages, like, if you're going to be bleeding out a lot. And out here, it's common, but it's not the main source of damage for these guys. Christ. The leper is the least accurate character in the game, so it's funny that he's the only one that seems to be able to hit anything. Alright. There we go.
As victories mount,
good.
So too will resistance.
Heirloom chest, good. It's trapped. Okay, well. Fantastic. Okay, so there's a little bit of an item that we can just walk over and get. Looks like it's just gonna be food. Yeah, which is really gross, but alright, so we could try and go fight those guys, but there's no real point to fighting right now, so we're gonna just leave.
Driving out corruption is an endless battle, but one that must be fought.
We got quite a lot of money off that job, though. Got rewarded with 6 deeds, so we do have enough now to do one of the things that I like to do. Alright. Claustrophobia, that's not that bad. Warren Scounger, that's pretty good. Amateur Weaponsmith, okay, that's okay. So...
I remember days when the sun shone, and laughter could be heard from the tavern.
Let's see who's in here now. Well, there's a jester, which are not great,
You will be
but we'll try and get
still
them.
at the end.
Yeah, these guys are quite bad. I don't particularly like them, but sometimes that's what you need, and they do reduce sanity if you give them the correct abilities. So what we can do here is make this guy a little bit more appropriate for what we want. So Inspiring Tune, it's an AoE stress heal. His other abilities are all kind of very situational and strange, so we're going to take that on him. And we're going to go in here. We're going to deactivate Heroic End, I believe. Actually, we don't need both Harvest and Slice Off. Let's take off Harvest, because it's lower damage. It's more reliable to just use Slice Off. So we'll take off that and we'll take Inspiring Tune. And this makes it so that if I put him at the very back, he can just sit there strumming his stupid little banjo thing and potentially keep everybody sane. I don't know if they have any other abilities that they can use from the very back other than Battle Ballad, and that doesn't really count. Well, Dirk Stab, but that's a terrible ability. Okay. So that'll be relatively interesting. Let's check back in here. Was there anyone that had really good abilities? Wasting Sickness and the Bad Gambler, but you're a Weald Explorer. That's useful, but you're soft, you're a Slayer of Men, and you've got Nymphomania, so if I send you to the brothel, you'll be really happy. Right, not really worth sending you there. But at this point in time, we can go ahead into the blacksmith here, and we can upgrade both the furnace, I think we can upgrade both these, yep, and one of these
sword,
two things.
A stronger shield. Anything to prolong a soldier's life.
It really varies what you're going to want to pick here. I've been missing quite often, and I haven't been too worried about this, but dodge chance is always really good, as is higher base hit points. I think for now I'm going to go for weapon upgrades.
Fan the flames, mold the metal.
So if we look here, it increases our crit chance by 1, and it increases our damage values by 1 each. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we're just going to pick the people that we're sort of relying on as our A team for now. You actually don't need this as badly, but let's take that anyway. And we're not taking you next because you need to recover. So who are we going to have for our backline person? Do you have backline abilities, or were you... No, you weren't. No, actually you do have Thrown Dagger. You've got 2 abilities that are okay from the very back, but you do miss out on the ability to hit front people. It's both the... Actually, no. Yeah, no, you don't. Okay. Well, I could actually just put her at the back, because her abilities work just fine from there, and then use somebody from 3rd position, so I can take her along as that. So let's go ahead and upgrade your weapons. And let's look into skills yet again here. Because I think we can afford to do both Training Regimen and
Every creature has a weakness.
Instruction Mastery.
The wise hero trains for what he will face.
That works. This will increase our ability. So we've got a lot of offense now, is essentially what we're going for. I can take Holy Lance. I've got lots and lots of money, so I can actually afford to do this. So this will let me lunge forward if he gets knocked back. Because if you look at the skills here, it says forward 1. That means he'll move 1 square forward when he uses this. So it's a pretty good ability. This actually also has a really high crit chance, so could be useful. Let's go ahead and upgrade those abilities. And we're going to take off Stunning Blow for him, I think, and take a Holy Lance. There we go. So we don't want to upgrade all of our abilities, it just costs too much. We just want to upgrade the ones that we're probably going to be using for damage quite often. So those ones. Or if you're talking about the healer, we definitely want to upgrade their healing abilities. Increasing Dazzling Light is also potentially a good idea. We still have the cash for it, so we might as well. And we can't upgrade James, so we're not going to bother. So let's go ahead and set this guy into meditation. And that should be fine. So we could actually also start putting people into these wards here. It removes these negative traits, but I can't really afford to upgrade this place that much. Yeah, so We need busts for this place, it looks like. I think we need that for the this place as well, for upgrading the Abbey, yeah. It's all the places that fix your heroes that have that cost. So, we still haven't gotten very good stagecoach drops. I could upgrade the stagecoach again, but I do want to keep on to the deeds. So, it's probably a bad idea for me to try to go for those. At this point in time, we've unlocked the Warrens, and the Wealds are now level 1. Looks like they want us to go there, because they've got a whole ton of missions to go there. We've got an Ancestral Ring here. Minus 12 dodge. You will never dodge anything wearing that. That's pretty bad, in a certain sense. Let's see here. Plus 20% healing received, minus 12% max HP, so that's not that great either. I might just go take this job here. So, that is enough for now, though. I hope you found this episode enjoyable, and of course, as always, I hope to see you all next time.